704. Thank you again for coming to Overflow. And as always, hit that like, subscribe button so that you can always stay in tune. So we are in a political journey now. And I know sometimes we don't want to, I guess, mix politics, and some say politics and religion. Say what you want. But I'm going to talk about it anyway because it is our God-given right to vote for who is our best interest. And don't be lost into this whole mashup. So we know that coming up, and let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys. Yes, we have the two candidates, Trump and Harris. We all know what's going on with these two. There have been going. To me, it seems like a one-sided tennis match. You know, Trump is always serving, and I think Kamala's serving a word salad, as bad as it can be. And you know, sometimes they say, well, you can't mix politics and religion. Yeah, you could, because it is our constitutional right. Don't forget about that. Freedom of religion, if you forgot. So we are seeing that Kamala Harris is doing the most. And I just don't get it, because sometimes there are certain things that she says that are just so questionable. So here we have Kamala Harris. She and what I wanted to show was the video of Kamala Harris. She was I think she was talking to she was talking at Oprah. Yes, she was on the Oprah show. Not Oprah show, but I think Oprah had a show or a virtual event campaign, whatever it was. She was sponsoring this lady. Who cares? But anyway, I wanted to show how can I say how questionable she is. How questionable she is, and people are forgetting certain aspects of what we went through the years while she was vice president. And I just want to let people know, I mean, I'm not giving you what I feel, I'm just giving you what I see. And the concept that I remember as being an ex-CO was, don't give me what you know, give me what you can prove. So here's a perfect situation. She's talking about, in this clip, she's talking about abortion. So let's get to it.
Story on the DNC.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
you had the courage then to go to her and say, you've got to come to our house.
And she came to stay with us. I called my mother, she came to stay with us. And the idea that these same legislators who would be saying, criminalize healthcare providers are also saying that after a person's body has been violated, that they have no right to make a decision about what happens to their body next.
All right, so she's talking about the case of the abortion where she's trying to impose this bill or where women can get an abortion due to either rape or incest. I mean, there's a lot of, to me, there's many factors to this, but I'm totally against it, but at the same time, some people aren't. Which is fine, because we all this is why we vote. This is the reason why we vote. But we have to understand, and I'll always go back to, I'll always go back to scripture, me personally. And because of this, it just kind of enlightens me a little bit more on what we should do and why we should vote. So, we'll go into, here's a perfect example. Let's see if I can pull it up. No, them two. Here we go. It's Romans 13. Now we know Romans was written by Paul, and it says in Romans 13, in the beginning of Romans 13, it says here, let everyone be subject to governing authority, for there is no authority except which God has established. Now, yes, we have to respect our government. The reason why we have a government is to set laws, so we don't go into havoc. But it seems like we're going into havoc anyway. But this is the concept of we should be, have some sort of structure. We have to have structure in our government, and some people will say, well, our government is not structured and we're just doing what we want to do. And that's understanding. I mean, not everything is perfect, but we still established situations, Here's a perfect example. We all don't drive perfectly. But yet there's still laws, but we drive anyway. So this is the same concept. So she's talking about, about the abortion rights and how women have the right for their own bodies and so on and so forth. But I want you to see something, and I want you to remember something, that it doesn't just impact just women, it impacted everybody. And what I'm talking about is during COVID-19. COVID-19, the government was telling you what to do with your body. The COVID-19, you couldn't go out. You couldn't work. You couldn't even eat at a restaurant. You couldn't do any this. I remember living in New York, and when COVID-19 hit, the streets were empty. The stores were closed. People lost their businesses. This is the government that did this to us. The government. This is an example of what the government does when it wants to make its own decisions. Now, I understand this lady is in government. She's a vice president now. Now imagine if she passes this bill, and or what say you, and we go in this direction, and you're saying that your employer can't tell you what to do. No, it doesn't work like that. Mm-mm. This is going to be havoc. This is going to be havoc because people understand when we were going through COVID-19, I believe she was in office. Yeah, she was in the government, and look what happened. They told us what to do. They told us where to go. We were shut down. The government shut us down. And now we're going right back to that. And she's contradicting herself, saying, oh, listen, the government can't tell you what to do with your body. X, Y. Listen, we've seen it before, and we're going to see it again. Saints, I really encourage you guys to really pray about what's going on in our country. To open up your eyes. And I'm only doing things, I'm only saying things not because this is political, but this is more of, where is your faith in the midst of all this? Where are we praying? Are we seeking guidance? Are we reading the scriptures? Are we trying to get face to face with Jesus and say, Lord, which direction I need to be in? Now, I'll just give you a little scoop, and just to say, Trump, he avoided 2 assassinations, trying to get indicted for all sorts of things. They're trying to dig up so much garbage in this guy because of what he's doing. Does it sound familiar to you? Does it really, really sound familiar to you? I'm not saying that Trump is Jesus, but think about it. Think about, of what's going on. A prime example. And we're hating, and some people are hating this guy. Man, the scriptures were right, man. Christians will be persecuted, and this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of it. So, saints, I hope you guys pray about this. Really seek the Lord. This is a situation that's tough. This is tough for a lot of us. Jesus is coming back. Are you ready? I'm Crew 704. This is Overflow. And as always,